What is happening, you guys? Welcome back to a Tuesday tune-up. We actually have a return guest, and I don't do that often, but when it came to the subject of mindset, which is what this Tuesday tune-up is all about, I can't think of somebody with a stronger mindset, a more happy, joyful mindset than my man Barry Shore, as he has on his introduction here, Ambassador of Joy. He even wrote a book called The Joy of Living. So when it comes to having a pretty positive mindset, this is a pretty good resource to start with. So Barry, what's up, man?
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Now, JM, how can I make the categorical statement that all the thousands and tens of thousands of people that will be listening or watching this are all good-looking? Because by definition, if they tuned in to listen to you and your guest on Tuesday Tune-Up, it means they're always looking for and finding the good in life. You know what a good-looking person is? Looking for and finding the good, and we have plenty of it to share.
Yeah, and one of the things you guys are going to see about Barry, A, he is a master when it comes to words. B, he loves to sing, and he will absolutely bring that to the table. So, Barry, obviously, again, without getting into the depths of it, but you've had some challenges in your life, yet you always see the positive. And, okay, that sounds cool, but how are you able to do it, man? Did you just wake up and every day is just a blessing? Was that always the way you've looked at it?
So thank you, first of all, for enabling me to be here. I'm humbled and honored to be discussing this most fundamental issue with the people that are tuning in and watching, because again, good-looking person, we already are making a shift in your perspective. Now, JM, when I talk to people about shift, for some reason, they drop the F. I don't know why. And the other stuff happens. So you're going to be effing careful with your Fs. Shift happens. We talk about the three fundamentals of life. Number one, life has purpose. And when you lead a purpose-driven life, number two happens. This is a good number two. You go MAD. Now, MAD is a great acronym that stands for make a difference. You lead a purpose-driven life. You make a difference in the world, right? And the third fundamental is to uncover the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms. Well, simple example. www. Right now, we ask anybody what does it have to do with, and invariably it has to do with the internet, right? But in our world, the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, www stands for what a wonderful world. And what is the word? WHATA. And whenever you hear the opening bars of that song, thank you, Satchmo Louis Armstrong, touches tens of millions, hundreds of millions, billions of people on the planet. What a wonderful world. What do you do right away? You smile. Now, smile is one of the most powerful words you will ever learn to be able to integrate, utilize, and leverage in your life. Because JM, because as you know, because we've been discussing this for a couple of years already, smile stands for seeing miracles in life every day. Seeing miracles in life every day. So simple example, Barry Shore. Imagine this, trying to imagine this, standing up in the morning, hale and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, and that evening be in the hospital totally, completely paralyzed. Not from an automobile accident, not a spinal injury, a rare disease which I never heard of the day before, took over my body and rendered me, it was called a quadriplegic. From my neck down, nothing moved. All I could do was blink my eyes to communicate with people. 144 days in the hospital. I was in a hospital bed in my own home for 2 years. I couldn't turn over by myself. 4 years in wheelchair. I had braces on both my legs, from my hips to my ankles, and that was progress. Thank God today, JM, I'm able to be vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking wand. So I'm a triped, not a biped. I still can't walk up a stair by myself. I can't walk up a curb by myself. I help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, but you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant, all because of that one word. Smile. Seeing miracles in life every day. I got to tell you a quick story though. Thank God the masquerade is over, right? And we're actually interfacing with human beings again. Woohoo! So I spoke recently. I'm living in Henderson, Nevada, right outside of Las Vegas. I spoke recently. It was about 1,183 people in the audience. Real humans. What a pleasure. And I'm telling the story about Barry Shore and talking about seeing miracles in life. And people raise their hands saying, hey, Barry Shore, I've been up for hours already. I haven't seen any miracles. And I asked them, are you here? Can you hear? Can you stand still? I can't do that. Can you walk? I can barely do that. You have water to drink, you have food to eat, you have a place to sleep, you have family, you have friends. Every single one of those is a miracle, right? And the simple proof, 1 million people didn't get out of bed this morning. You know why? They died. By definition, if you're watching or you're listening, you didn't. You have an obligation to live life to the full. That's what Tuesday Tune-Up is all about. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Yeah. You are a beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal being. I'm going to finish with this. My 8-year-old niece comes over to me a few weeks ago. She says, Uncle Barry, can we spell smile S-M-I-E-L? I love this. I thought about it. Smile sounds the same. Why not? I asked her how come. She says, because then it would stand for seeing miracles in everyday life. Out of the mouth of babes, an 8-year-old. An 8-year-old seeing miracles in everyday life.
Well, I think honestly, brother, it's kind of a good segue to, as a child, they do have that wonderment. They do have that joy. They haven't been beaten down by the world or whatever we choose. My question to you would be simple, brother. Before you were paralyzed, before that happened, were you as joyful? Did you have the perspective that you have today? And I ask that what was there a turning point in your life, or have you just always just seen the joy in life?
So the simple answer, and then I'll give you the nuanced answer. Simple answer is yes, I was this way, but not this way. Because of paralysis, exponential growth. I was forced into a very dire, narrow, constricted, dark place. When you come out from that, just like a baby being born, right? They have to go through a birth canal. But I was similar before because words are what I use to enjoy life. And joy is a great acronym, by the way, JM. Joy stands for Journey of You. Journey of You. But the reason why I was positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant prior to this is because I had great role models throughout life. The greatest one, closest to me, was my mother. She passed away a number of years ago. But I'll just tell you very quickly, and this is so impactful. My mother was one of the most joy-filled, wondrous beings I've ever encountered, and I've encountered many people in my life. My mother was born with a red wine stain on 3/4 of her face, and it was pockmarked. Ah! Now, we live in a time where bullying in school, we don't do that sort of stuff. And of course, people still bully because they're kids and humans, right? They make fun of other stuff. Imagine 100 years ago what it was like. And yet, it wasn't that my mother got through it. It was like, okay, yes, I have it. Now what? Okay. And then she became more and more of her. Think about it. She got married, very handsome, successful man, my father, 3 kids. I'm the oldest in this family, so I'm very close to my mother. But we met her friends from high school because my mother kept in touch with people all the time. And when we talked to her, we asked her about what was it like when she was going on. She said, hey, that's your mother. This is Frances. What do you want? She was always the leader, outgoing. But what about this? She said, yeah, what about it? So I had a role model whenever look, we all have angst, teenage angst, 20-year-old angst, 30-year-old, 40. Some people can't ever get out of that angst part. But I had role models that said, live life to the full. What a way to go. And then I learned more.
I love that. And what an amazing, amazing woman. I have to ask you, because I believe you're wearing a yarmulke. Is that correct?
Yes, that is. I am.
So the reason I ask is when I think of perspective and I think of when I ever am in my down points where life is suck, I always go back to Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And obviously that deals with, Judaism and the persecution, but that's not the point. It was awful. It was terrible. However, his perspective, and I won't give away the book, but that is the kind of perspective I think the world needs to be like, you know what? No matter what's happening in your life, you're alive. It's a joyful place to be, but yet so often we take for granted all these amazing things. So I don't know. I assume you've read it. Maybe because of all the books I see behind you, but how can we get that perspective so everyone can feel the way that you feel, the way your mother felt, the way that I feel when I think of that book and that amazing human?
So let's talk a bit about Viktor Frankl, because he deserves to be spoken about, and people should continue to know about his work and Man's Search for Meaning. By the way, there was a new book just published in the past few years called Yes, I Can.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about his lectures that he gave within a year of emerging from years of being in a brutal concentration camp situation. But his perspective was uniquely Jewish, and then he brought his own special worldview. He shifted everything, and he pronounced the F perfectly because it could have been the other. So what is the essence of Viktor Frankl and the essence for the human being? The ability to use these 6 words and internalize them, utilize them, and leverage them in your life. And these 6 words are: choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. How you choose to respond in any given situation really talks about who you are, who you want to be. There's a fun word I use in my book, the joy of living, as you mentioned. The word mood. People get in a mood, right? And well, look at the word mood, JM, and spell it backwards. What does it spell? Mood backwards spells
Doom.
doom. Because that's what it is. You want to have a mood? Okay, go someplace, sit down, give yourself 60 seconds, maybe 90 seconds, and say, I'm in a mood. And just do it, let it out, and say, okay. You're going to let that spoil your whole day because something happened your whole day? Imagine. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Let's do a quick riff on the word stress, because stress is part and parcel of the human condition. It was before COVID, during COVID, more so, and now it's still there. It's always going to be there. And it works with 3 areas: money, everybody wants more; relationships, how are you dealing with yourself, with your family, with your friends? Remember, self, I said first; and health. Everybody has health issues. Or if it's not you directly, then somebody really close to you. And now, how do you deal with that health issue? So stress is always going to be here. That comes from here. Stress is an amazing acronym. It stands for stomach turning reality. Something really tough. Like, lost a job. We may lose the house. My cousin committed suicide. The kids are going crazy. They're not in school. The country's falling apart. So people either do it outwardly, they talk, or they feel it inwardly. So stomach turning reality, enabling self-sabotage. How you choose to respond to any given situation. So let's use the Barry Shore approach. Ready? Stress. Stomach turning reality. Yes, you may have lost your job. You may lose the house. Your cousin did commit suicide. The kids are going crazy. They're not in school. It's really tough. The country's falling apart. Stuff's happening. Enabling self-success. Because you choose to respond. Say, you know something? This is really tough. Okay, but I'm tougher because I know. And not just that I believe and I feel it. I know that I can not only work with this, I can respond positively, purposely, powerfully, and pleasantly. What did Barry Shore said? 3 fundamentals of life. Life has purpose. I have purpose in my life. And therefore, I'm going to go mad. I'm going to make a difference. And I'm going to unlock the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms like smile, seeing miracles in life every day. And here's a practical thing you can do immediately. Do this 3 times a day. Use the 2 most powerful words in the English language 3 times a day. Consciously and conscientiously, you will have a shift in your perspective, and you'll be the one in charge of how you respond. And the 2 most powerful words in the English language, JM, are thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks stands for to harmonize and network kindness. To harmonize and network kindness. The Dalai Lama has been quoted as saying, I read in his writings, be kind whenever possible. And he says, it's always possible. So imagine now, you go to the coffee shop and you order your fancy latte, you sit down, somebody brings it to you. You say, thank you. Go to the coffee shop, you order a fancy latte, and a few minutes go by, nobody brings it. You go to the counter and say, oh, I'm sorry, we forgot, we're busy. Sit down, we'll bring it to you. Go back, sit down, a couple of minutes, somebody brings it, still say thank you, right? You're walking out of the coffee shop, it's raining out, somebody holds the door open for you. What do you say? Thank you. You're walking out of the coffee shop and it's raining and somebody slams the door on you. What do you say? Thank you. You're in traffic, you're late for an appointment, somebody cuts you off and you say, thank you. Get up in the middle of the night and you stub your toe and it hurts. You say, yes, these words, thank you.
Brother, I love it. And I can't believe it's already been 15 minutes, but probably my favorite thing that came out of this is the word choice. It is a choice every single day, every single moment. You get to choose, right? And I know our internal dialogue so often will create this world, but if you just, like you said, say thank you, take yourself out of whatever you've created and just be in the moment, I think you get to be as an ambassador of joy like Barry. You get to be happy, you get to be smiling, you get to be singing, and you get to be coming up with these amazing acronyms. Brother, I appreciate you so much for coming on. Again, you are awesome. I appreciate you in my life. And yeah, man, just thanks.
Can we do a hug and a quick blessing?
Yes, please.
Okay, hug stands for heartfelt, unlimited giving. So here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Try not to smile doing that. Try not to smile doing that.
Yeah, our blessing from JM and Barry Shore is go forth, live exuberantly, spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad, go make a difference. Enjoying the joy of living community, which JM will talk to you about.
Barry, you're the best, brother. I appreciate you so much. You guys obviously go check out Barry Shore. He's awesome. You can't help but smile. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember, your mindset matters. Make that choice. Go make a difference in the world, and we will talk to you next time. Thank you so much for listening. If this content is delivering value to you, please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review us. That helps us build this community, and that is what we are all about. Building this community as big as we can, helping as many people as we can, and deliver as much value as possible. Be sure to head over to letsgowinpodcast.com for information on my coaching courses, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Let's Go Win 365. Let's go win and transcend in life.
This is the Let's Go Win podcast with your host, JM Ryerson.